Good morning. My name is Seher Kul, and I currently serve as president on the Board of Trustees of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Spartanburg. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you who have joined us here and those who are joining us virtually. Our congregation is a welcoming one. Being welcoming and inclusive is a never-ending commitment for us here at UUCS. Being welcoming means striving for radical inclusion and creating spaces that honor every part of our identities, backgrounds, and experiences. If it is your first time visiting with us today, we are pleased to have you here. Please feel free to fill out a visitor's card and place it in the offering plate during the service. The visitor cards are located in the pocket on the back of the chair in front of you. We would love to meet you and provide you with information about our beloved congregation. There are many important announcements on the sheet titled Connect at the back of your bulletin this morning. Please open your bulletin to see all that you can be a part of. Here are a few highlights. You have hopefully seen in the Unison and Happenings that we have shared the job announcement for our music director position. If you know someone who might be interested in this quarter-time position, please share the announcement with them. Today is our first Sunday, which means coffee hour in the fellowship hall following the service. Make your way after service for coffee, treats, and good conversation. UUCS is working hard to earn the UU Vote Good Trouble Award again this year. Visit with our voting justice team and pick up some postcards. Also, pick up your fair trade coffee, tea, and chocolate. Don't miss out. Thank you all for being here today, for making room here for each other, for your unwavering support, and for being the kind of people who strive to make the world a better place.
Good morning, friends. I hope you have all had a good holiday weekend. I don't know about you, but for me, it has been especially hard to celebrate this year. It's been a hard week for many in this country. Many of you know that I grew up in the military. My dad was a career Army chaplain, so I grew up with a strong sense of patriotism. Just this week, Ted and I were telling our daughters about growing up on a military post, in my case, military base in his case, and stopping whatever we were doing at 5 p.m. Soccer practice, playing around in the swimming pool, our parents driving us somewhere. We would stop at 5, we would face the installation flag, and they would play retreat. It's just what we did. We were also telling them about how we would stand in the movie theater as they played a video of patriotic images with the national anthem playing before every movie. I remember being back in the States and going to a regular movie, starting to stand up, and then realizing I did not need to. I grew up being proud that my dad served in the Army. I think this was embedded patriotism. As I got older, I struggled to reckon that sense of patriotism with things I saw happening in our country. Things that are regressive, things that harm people I love, well, really things that harm people in general. Things like the Supreme Court ruling this week that protects law-breaking presidents and undermines our democracy. These times can feel scary. And so that reckoning has become harder and harder, and I imagine that I am not alone. But the ultimate reality is this: we together are part of something bigger. We are a part of something more loving and more powerful. Together, when we act from that deeper reality to address our current reality, we create hope. When we act from this place of deep love and care, we work toward a world of mutual thriving for all. So let us continue to co-create this world that we know is possible, the world where everyone has enough and no one has to be afraid. So this 4th of July might not have been easy to celebrate for some, but do you know what is easy to celebrate? Friends are easy to celebrate. Being a part of a beloved community is easy to celebrate. Having people in your lives who embrace you for who you are, encourage you, love you, all of that is easy to celebrate. So I am excited to introduce you to one of those people this morning. I haven't known Simone for a long time, but she quickly became one of my favorite people. One of those people I can count on to encourage me. Simone Mack-Orr, a Spartanburg native, is the dynamic, and she is dynamic, force behind Smack Fitness and the Space by Smack Fitness, a vibrant oasis that she meticulously crafted to transcend mere workouts. The Space by Smack Fitness is more than a gym. It's where community, wellness, and culture meet and blend together. With nearly 2 decades of unwavering dedication, Simone embodies the essences of a fit enthusiast, infusing her career with boundless creativity. Her personalized approach to personal and group training reflects her passion for empowering individuals to discover strength and harmony within their bodies. As a certified personal trainer, group fitness instructor, and wellness and nutrition coach, Simone's expertise spans diverse fitness realms. In January of 2024, Simone unveiled her debut ebook, Check-In, the I Am Approach, a transformative resource empowering readers to embrace their capabilities, humanity, energy, community, and kindness, fostering continuous moments of self-discovery. Beyond fitness, she finds solace in singing, dancing, and theatrical performances, cherishing every moment spent with her beloved wife, Ebony, and their 2 sons. Many of you may know that she is also Geraldine's daughter. So join Simone in embracing a lifestyle where wellness and joy intertwine seamlessly. Simone, we're glad you're here today.
And I want to add my good morning as well. My name is Ruth Stanton, and I'm happy to be serving as your worship associate. As you can tell from Anne's introduction, we're in for a treat having Simone with us this morning. I'm going to add one more brief announcement. Please do come by at coffee hour and pick up your postcards and your instructions on how to write postcards to voters. Our aim is to send nonpartisan postcards to encourage folks to get out and vote in the fall at this point. And we also will have a Tuesday work bee at 10 o'clock in the morning to put together the next group of postcards, because we're thinking towards the future here. We've got a few more to do down the road, and folks are finding them to be quite therapeutic to do as well. We'll also be putting stickers on the door hangers, getting ready for those. So I'm going to switch over to our chalice lighting now. The reading is by Margaret Wheatley, We Cannot Go It Alone. Relationships are all there is. Everything in the universe only exists because it is in relationship to everything else. Nothing exists in isolation. We have to stop pretending we are individuals that can go it alone. Please turn to hymn 108 in our gray hymnal and join me in singing My Life Flows On in Endless Song. When we come together, we bring all of ourselves, including our joys and celebrations, our sorrows and concerns. Coming forward to place a stone or a shell in the rippling bowl is a way to symbolize sharing those joys and sorrows and our shared life together. In a moment, I'm going to invite you to come forward to the rippling bowl as you desire, and I'm going to place a stone or a shell in the bowl to hold a space for those of you joining us virtually. And you may now come forward.
Dear peace of the shining stars to you. Dear peace of the sleeping stones to you. Dear peace of the wandering wind to you. Dear peace of the gentle night to you. Moon and stars shine their healing light on you. Dear peace to you. Dear peace to you. Pure red of the whirling flame to you. Pure white of the moon's bright light to you. Pure green of the emerald grass to you. Moon and stars shine their healing light on you. Dear peace to you. Dear peace to you. Dear peace to you. Dear peace to you.
Our denomination does not have a particular creed that we have to believe in or recite in order to join. But we do gather here intentionally, and a number of years ago, our congregation created a covenant to express our intentions and hopes, both for our church family and for our greater community and world. The words of the covenant are in the order of service, and if you're with us online, it'll be underneath the live feed. Please join with me now. With courage we say, we are a people of faith and hope. Together we covenant to strive to become our better selves, to honor both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to respond to systems of violence and oppression with the power of a love beyond belief. We have put greeting as an official part of our worship service because building community is so important. In a moment, I invite you to greet others around you and perhaps look for somebody you haven't seen in a while or somebody that's new to you. Please check with those you greet as to how exuberant of a greeting might be welcomed. The pandemic did encourage us to try all kinds of new ways of greeting, so you'll probably see lots of variations today too. And if you'd prefer to remain seated, that's fine. And Taffy will play some music when it's time for us to head back to our seats. Let the greeting begin. I enjoyed that music, Taffy. And also, thank you for blessing us with deep peace. That was beautiful. And y'all sat down pretty well. The church and the work we do here is supported by our members and friends who contribute their time, talent, and treasure in a very generous way. We're going to be passing our offering plate in just a few minutes for those of us that like donating in person. Even if you've already given electronically or at another time, please do add your blessing as the plate goes by. Now, every month we share our plate with a special cause that works to improve our world in a variety of ways. 1/2 of all undesignated cash and all the designated monies will be given to that particular cause. Our July Share the Plate supports Upstate Food Not Bombs. Food Not Bombs is an all-volunteer movement that recovers food that would otherwise be discarded and shares free vegan and vegetarian meals with the hungry in over 1,000 cities in 65 countries in protest to war, poverty, and destruction of the environment. They are not a charity, but dedicated to taking nonviolent action. Their movement has no official headquarters or positions of leadership, and they use consensus to make decisions. Our Upstate Food Not Bombs currently works out of Greenville, but they're over here too. And they serve the unhoused, persons with addictions, mental illness, and disabilities, the LGBTQ+ community, sex workers, and the immigrant community. And of note, they do not require that you prove that you need help, that you have to be sober to get help, and they don't require citizenship papers to give people help. So today, if you want to donate, you can put cash or put money in the little envelope that's in the pew in front of you, noting that Share the Plate, Food Not Bombs. And our offering will now be gratefully received. And we have a musical treat coming too.
Hi. Would you all mind helping me? Okay, we're going to test your energy first. So all I need you to do is snap. With me, though. Come on now. All right. Listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted. Don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard. You gotta be tough. You gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool. You gotta be calm. You gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. Herald what your mother said. Read the books your father read. Try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you. Others take a different view. My, oh my, hey, hey. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. Time asks no questions, it goes on without you, leaving you behind if you can't stand the pace. The world keeps on spinning, can't stop it if you try to. The best part is danger staring you in the face. Oh, remember, listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. My, oh my, hey, hey. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta stay calm, you gotta stick together. All I know is love will save the day. All right. Awake, alive, energized, yes? Okay, all right. So brave spaces. Judgment kills brave spaces. It completely changes our willingness to show up, dig into hard work, and lean into tough conversations. Deep listening, curiosity, and empathy are the foundation of brave spaces. We need to be willing to hear people and believe them. Believing is often the challenge, but it's critical, especially when people's experiences and perspectives are different from ours, and or when their hurt can be traced back to the choices we make or the systems we knowingly or unknowingly protect. And that's from Brene Brown and Barrett Guillen on Building Brave Spaces. So like the UU is a very brave space in my opinion. So I'm very excited and delighted and honored to be here with you all this morning. So when Ann asked me to speak and be a part of this speaker series, I was like, not really sure if I can do this. Then as the time got closer and closer, so I'm a Libra, so I'm a tad bit of a procrastinator, it really gave me an opportunity to get a better understanding of my own purpose and what it is that I really not only want for myself, but I want for everyone. So thank you, Ann, for the push to actually check in with myself for this today. I checked in with my mom yesterday morning, and she sent me a text message back, and she was like, now remember, Simone, this is a very welcoming and non-judgmental space, so you will be just fine. So thank you, Mama. So I wanted to offer you a definition before I really dive into what I want to talk about today. If you've seen any of social media or you've seen any of my friends that are branded with some of the shirts and things that I offer, I always say, keep momenting, keep momenting. So I use it a lot, and I thought it would be good to share that with you in this space. So momenting for us is the act of continuing but making each action, event, or move that you make count, not allowing any moment, high or low, to stop you from continuing. So that's momenting, you know? So what are these brave spaces that we navigate on the daily? Every day that you wake up, there are parts of your life that immediately come to life, that you have to move in, or should I say that you have the opportunity to move in. So I'm breaking things down in buckets today, okay? You all carry buckets? Yes, we all carry them. Some that we like to carry and some that we just are carrying. For me, that's my family. So my first bucket's gonna be my family, more like my children, making sure that they're fed, they're clothed, they're loved, they're heard, and they're understood. Now, I will say this, Ebony and I are older parents, and that changes things a lot for us. I can't imagine being a parent before I was in my 30s, like, I don't know. So what does the parenting space look like, okay? Then, of course, the next bucket is my wife, making sure that she's heard, that she's loved, and understood. How do you carefully navigate the marital space? Then you have your career or your job or your work or your business, making sure it's up and running and doing all that it should do for your target audience. Working for someone or even working alone, it takes a lot. So we all have our own style and way of completing the task. What does the workspace look like for you? Keep in mind, today we're talking about the spaces that we create, and those spaces are in buckets for us this morning, okay? Then you have your friendships or your fellowshipping, and well, those are indeed an ever-evolving space to move in. You know about moving in and out of friendships and relationships, yes? Okay, so how do you make space for this? Then finally, my favorite, one of my favorites, you have your health, our fitness, or your wellness. And this really and truly, no matter who wants you to do this or how many people want you to work out or what your doctor tells you, your health space is for you. It is for you first. So nobody else can live in your body, right? Well, that's not true, but nobody else can like really live in your body, okay? After you're done having kids, nobody else can live in your body. So how do you live in this space, okay? So within each of these buckets, there's what? There's room for judgment, right? So let me just tell you that we are in a world, or rather we live in a world that likes to watch you drop your buckets, spill your buckets, watch your buckets get too heavy for you. But we also have the ability to construct and curate a beautiful space that absolutely loves to see you carry your buckets and even spill them just a little bit, but then regain whatever was in that bucket. And those are the places and the spaces that you want to be in, right? Now, these are just the buckets that I pour into or create space for daily, but some of you may have others that you carry. I mean, here recently, my mom is carrying the caregiver space. My kids are navigating a gaming space. And then some people as parents, they navigate the extracurricular space, activities, games, all of that stuff, after school stuff. Whatever it may be, the best way to keep momenting in that space is to check in with them, okay? So just in your mind, imagine your buckets. Figure out what those are. Maybe you pick 3 so that's easy to take to remember. So repeat after me, okay? I am capable. I am human. I am energy. I am community. I am kind. And that's how you check in with yourself. And I do it every day. When I roll out of bed, before I get up, because I'm over 40, I put my feet on the ground, I do my side body stretches, and I tell my body that I'm gonna move so that it's not surprised when I jump or I move too quickly. And I check in. So as we walk through all of these spaces, we have to find ways to check in. And checking in is not the same as checking a box. Some of us, we grew up checking boxes, right? And before we check these boxes, now we're in a space, I think, we're at an age where we need to check in with ourselves before we actually do check those boxes. So we're literally finding ways to create success in the spaces that we navigate. And some of those spaces are hard spaces, but the goal is for you to find that bright spot within those spaces. So now, in no particular order, this is Mo-Menting, because I doubted myself and my ability to do this morning, because I've been sitting on panels and, you know, they ask you a certain line of question and I answer the question, but I've not actually had to get up and stand and speak. And so it's different. If I had to get up here and like jump around and like do a routine for you, it would be fine. I know you would love that. But I actually get an opportunity to speak. So Mo-Menting is what I'm doing right now, because I'm showing up and I'm here for you, and I'm here also for myself to show that I am capable. So we tell ourselves this before we even dive into any of those buckets that may have a little bit of doubt in them. If we even travel down the doubting path, we check in and remind ourselves that we are capable because we're prepared. You're prepared, so you're capable. Doesn't matter what anybody else sees or thinks or tells you or tries to put on you. You're capable because you're prepared. So have you ever heard the quote, "When preparation meets opportunity"? That's what this is. So this is the opportunity for me. So thank you again. So take any situation from any of the buckets and apply your capable mindset. So example, I am capable of getting up this morning and doing a 2-mile walk. I'm capable because I'm prepared, because I got the right tennis shoes, because before I even put my sneakers on, I told my body, we're gonna move for 2 miles. It may not be the best 2 miles, but we are prepared because we are capable. Make sense? Okay, cool. So I'm capable of having this tough conversation with my kid, or I'm capable of, you can use this with your kids, I'm capable of getting to the next level on this game because you are prepared. Now, show of hands. How many humans do I have in this space? No? How many humans? Humans? Are you all from somewhere else? I mean, it may be, but okay. Okay, awesome. Just making sure you're here. So we're human, so we never start at perfection. We practice and we learn ourselves and we practice some more. Growing up, I always heard, practice makes perfect, practice makes perfect. It does not. Practice makes more practice and more practice and more practice, because every day you get up and you practice. You're performing a practice. So our humanity is what shines, and it's what resonates with people the most, and that is what makes you human. You showing your most authentic self. So as a parent and a spouse and an employee or a caregiver, a friend, or whatever capacity you show up in, be reminded that you're human. So this goes back to you navigating a brave space, your humanity, and how or whom you show up as. Being your most authentic self is being human. By no means does that mean we set this low expectation of self. It just means that you show up ready to try and understand and do your best. See how perfection just goes out the window when you just say, I just need you to try. I just need you to show up and try. That bodes so much better for people when instead of setting this super duper high expectation. Yes? Now, I want you to take a moment and I want you to move with me. You already did a piece of this. So, I want you to snap your fingers. Any beat, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be to my beat. Now, I want you to clap your hands. Now, don't think about it. Just say what I tell you to say, okay? Repeat after me. To infinity and beyond. Into the unknown. Let's go. Put that leg down. So all of these are common phrases and things that we use in our house, okay, in our home, okay? But what they all have in common is that they bring energy, right? You're getting ready to do a workout and you hear your coach say, let's go, right? Or Simeon or Emery runs through the house and he's like, into the unknown, or to infinity and beyond, or we're constantly telling Emery to put his leg down, and Ev's like, put that leg down, and so now it's something that they say. But these are phrases in our home that evoke energy. So what I would encourage you to do today, if you're taking notes, that makes me excited, but if you're not, just make a mental note. Find your energy phrases, okay? And check in with those, because those are great things and tools to use, especially when you're entering those brave spaces or you're trying to create a brave space, okay? So, are we giving energy to the right spaces? Big question. Ask yourself, are you giving energy to the right spaces? Could it be better used in a space that's going to help us keep going, or momenting? We put this energy into our wellness practice, we put it into our family, and we put it into every space that we move in. Now think about the energy that you walked in with. Do you remember the energy you had when you walked in? How was it? Was it a 10 out of 10, as Simi would say? Or was it a 3 out of 10? Okay? So maybe it was a 6 out of 10. That's above average. So think about the energy you had when you walked in, and then now think about the energy that you have and you want to share when you leave here. Now, why would anyone want to share bad energy or watch you fail at carrying any of your buckets? So before we started, there was a quote that talked about things that we carried with us as children, or experiences that we had. Some of those things kind of leak into the spaces. And we don't intentionally do it, it just comes with how we were raised. So, thinking before you speak and choosing the right energy before you walk into a space is critical. It's critical now, it's critical every day, is critical even as you think about what's next. Even the energy that you're thinking about using when you go to Wade's after this. Oh, that line gonna be long. How do you change your thought process? Or, so change the energy. So, let's see. The other thing I want to tell you is that when we talk about the energy, the bad energy, remember that energy that other people bring to you, it's not on you. So if someone brings you bad energy, it's not you. There's a time when we have to decide what energy we're around and we want around us, and who's deserving of our good energy. Our family, our friends, our workships, and all the buckets that you carry. Not everybody deserves your energy. Learn it the hard way, then don't ever forget it. Not everybody is deserving of your energy. And then there's a whole topic on boundaries that we're not going to talk about today. So which leads us right up to this space, community. Your people. Do you have people? Yes, these are your people, right? Whether you know it or not. You can look to your left, to your right, look behind you, look in front. Those are your people. This is critical, okay? Your community is critical. I've left a job because the work community was toxic and it affected how I carried my other buckets. A lot of people come to Smack Fitness because the energy and the community was not one that they were comfortable with. And they wanted a community that was comfortable, that was a brave space, that was non-judgmental. And that's what you have here. So cherish that space. Does this make sense? So I believe with my heart that the people that you surround yourself with play a major role in the success or failure of your goals. And you have to say this to yourself. I am the people who I am around, okay? So I am the person that I want to be around. So I want to be around more people like you, okay? I want to be around more people like you. So be that person that you want to be around, okay? To be a community, it means to share common space and support each other at different levels. Now, for some of us, it's the marital community or a parenting community, which, let me tell you, is a very tough one to navigate because everybody has different parenting styles. I learned that the hard way. It's fun. But for me, it's the fitness community that I've had the pleasure of growing over the last 15 plus years. That's a long time. I'm old. Oh. That's why you have to talk to yourself before you get out of the bed. Legs, we're about to move. Low back, we're about to move. Neck, go with me when I get up, okay? Okay, so you've checked in, you are capable, you're human, your energy, you have your community, and you've got good energy and you have your community. Now the last thing, closing out your check-in, is kindness. Kindness. It can show up in so many different ways and different places. The first place it should show up is where? Good morning, self. You look absolutely beautiful this morning. What, me? Oh, I'm gonna have a good day. It should show up when you look at yourself in the mirror. Kind words. Speak kindly to yourself. The first words that come out of your mouth about your reflection should be kind. And let me give you a little tip. If you are looking in the mirror and you are speaking negatively to yourself, thinking that it's going to help you change, it don't work that way. Especially if it's in the workout world. If it's in the fitness world, that's not how it works. You don't need to digest that. All you need to digest is good energy and kindness. So we could go on and on about how we show and share kindness in those buckets, but I want you to think about how can you show kindness with your children? How do you show kindness with your spouse? How do you show it to yourself? None of these spaces or buckets can hold space unless you pour the right things in them, okay? None of these spaces or buckets can hold space or weight unless you pour the right things in them. A capacity for a can-do mindset, a recognition of our own humanity and those around us, an energy that is intoxicating versus toxic, a community that uplifts and judges not, and a kindness that gives so good to yourself that others should experience it. That's my favorite one. A kindness that you give so good to yourself that others should experience it. Now, there is one more. Do you have time for one more bucket? Okay. Let's say this is the bucket, it's water. Let's say this is your bucket, this is your cup, okay? So right here, let's say this is 5 of your buckets. You've got your family in there. You've got your friends in there, you have your children in there, you have your community in there, and you've got a caregiving space in there, you've got your work in there, and then there's like just the rim. Where are you? So you're in all of those buckets, but there's not one bucket that is just for you. So I think you should take all of your buckets. You can do this at home. Take like 4 cups and fill them up with water. And then decide on that last one, which is for you. Now, how much do you have left for yourself? How much energy, how much capacity, how much capability are you giving yourselves? How much humanity how much human feelings are you giving yourselves? How much energy do you have left for yourselves? How much community do you have in you? And then how much kindness are you giving to yourself? Okay? So that last bucket is your self bucket. What do you pour into yourself? Because again, I keep learning the hard way. Energy is like my biggest thing. Like I ran track in junior high school and they call me the Energizer. So much energy, I could just like spring off this stage right now, just like, yes, 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 yes. And you give it. And then at the end of the day, you're like, oh. And then I get home and I got these kids and I have this wife and I have this cat, Keisha Jenkins, and like, I don't have anything left. And so you have to make sure that you have room for yourself. A little tip within all those other buckets, make sure that there's a part of you that you enjoy in all of those buckets, okay? So if it's the caregiver space, yes, you're giving to somebody and you're taking care of somebody, but you know what? In your heart of hearts, that's what you like to do. That's what you were born to do. So like when I get up at 5:15 a.m. and I go teach those classes, it's for them, but I secretly love to torture at 5:15 a.m. I mean, I live for it, okay? It's the same with like cooking. Like find what that one thing is. If cooking is your thing, gosh, it's a lot of food to cook, but I mean, I'm kind of good at it. Like I did it. Like this is what I love to do. If it's making soap, put love into it and make sure that other people are receiving it, but you're receiving it back, okay? Reciprocation is a big word and it's an important word. So when you have finished giving to somebody, it's not selfish to look back and it's not selfish to look back to see if you've been reciprocated, if someone has done the same for you, okay? So that is your check-in. You're capable, you are human, you have energy, you have a great community, and you're kind. Make sense? All right. Thank you.
Hymn number 112. sigh, startling trill. Do you hear? Do you hear? From the place where you stand to the outermost strand, do you hear, oh my friend? Do you hear? Do you hear? All the dreams, all the dares, all the highs, all the prayers, they are yours, mine and theirs. Do you hear? Do you hear?
Thank you, Simone. I am thinking we are energized. I know I feel energized. For extinguishing our chalice, we have from The Boy, Mole, the Fox, and the Horse by Charlie Maxey. Sometimes I feel I haven't done much, said the boy. You've got up and carried on, said the horse, which is brave and magnificent.
All right, friends, so just remember, you are capable, you are human, you are energy, you are community, you are kind. Go home, make your buckets, and go out and be brave and magnificent.